All right, let's continue on. We're talking with Max. Max, you're with Allworth's Money Matters.
Hey, good morning. It's great to speak to you.
Yeah, thank you.
Before we start, I just wanted to thank Bob Brinker, Jonathan Pond, Tom Sullivan, and especially Dave Ramsey and Pat and Scott.
Thank you. I'm glad we made that list.
We're all in the list.
For the wisdom and education and motivation that you changed my life.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you.
Because of you, I think I made some really good decisions. And my question today is regarding Roth conversions.
Okay.
I think I want to convert all my retirement accounts to Roth ASAP, thinking to go to the top of the 24% bracket.
Okay.
I have all my numbers for you.
All right.
How old are you?
I'm 65. I'm married. I'm a retired teacher. My wife is a retired state worker, and she's 61. I have 2 adult children, no debt except my house. And I have all the other numbers for you if you're ready.
You mentioned Tom Sullivan, so I'm guessing you live in Sacramento region.
That is correct.
And do you plan on staying in California the rest of your life?
I think so. It'll depend a little bit on what happens with my kids.
How old are your kids?
One is 25 and one is 21.
And are they still in California?
They are. They're still in my house.
It's funny. My older 2 kids both live outside the state and both have plans to come back to California.
Well, I don't think my wife and I could ever agree on a place to move to. So she wants tropical. I want Utah. I don't think we'll ever agree. So we'll probably die here.
Okay.
So what's your family income?
So I was looking at that. I have 2 pensions to Social Security, and I'm doing some subbing still at the district.
Mm-hmm.
My wife gets PERS, and she's going to start Social Security when she turns 62 in May. So our total monthly income at that point should be about $15,744.
Okay. And how much money do you have in IRAs?
I have total rollover IRAs between me and my wife. We have 647,677, and total in Roth is 398,300.
Okay.
And what do you have outside?
Yeah, brokerage accounts.
Well, that's
cash.
very low. I have 3,000 in an emergency fund and about 3,000 in my checking account, and that's it.
And are you living comfortably on the 180?
Yes, I've never. I've only made one distribution, and that was to buy a truck.
Got it.
My Roth. Other than that, we're living on our income without touching the retirement account.
And the money you took for the truck, did you pull it out of your traditional or your Roth account?
My Roth, because I didn't want to mess around with taxes for that.
At the time you did it.
And and the funny, anyway, so my questions is how do I do this?
Well,
how do I pay the taxes? How do I
yeah, the challenge you have is you don't have a lot of money outside of retirement accounts. So in order to pay the tax on a conversion, you're going to have to withdraw extra, right? So if you're going to convert 20 grand, you're going to have to pull out 30 grand, right?
And so
I
if you
understand.
Yeah, but so if you think about it, it's for naught.
Why do you state that?
Well, because look, if you take $30,000, right, and I invest it for 10 years and it grows at 7.2%.
If tax rates don't change, it's irrelevant what you do.
Thank you. I was going to go through the math, but you're more succinct. Which is the numbers the same on an after-tax basis, whether you do a Roth or an IRA. The only benefit of doing the Roth IRA is when you pay the tax from an outside source, not the IRA itself. If tax rates, this is with the premise of tax rates. But here's the thing that Scott, that comes into this is, well, what happens if when required minimum distributions come out, you actually start doing qualified charitable distributions out of your required minimum distribution? There's no more tax advantage ways of giving money to a charity than a qualified charitable distribution.
If that was your intent.
Well, I'm going to ask him: Is your intent to give any money to charities?
It's not clear to me.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm
All
going
right.
to do that.
And then the other is, if your children end up in a lower tax bracket than you do, and they inherit the money, or they live in a state that has no income tax and they inherit the money, then the advantage is to keep the money in an IRA. I could not think of a compelling reason for you to actually convert to a Roth IRA.
Well, yeah, you can. If he believes tax rates are going to go up.
And he's going to pay, if
you had the money outside, if you had a substantial amount in savings, brokerage account, that sort of thing, in order to pay the tax on the conversion, it makes a lot more sense than having to pull the additional money out of the IRA to pay.
Well, what I've been doing, I bumped up my withholding quite a bit on all of our income to try to cover some of that, and then I think
Why would you want to do that?
Wait, slow.
and I believe I'm going to have a bit of a we're going to inherit a little bit of money.
Okay, well that would be the time.
Okay, well that could be this year.
Okay, that would be.
I don't know if so the risk in your situation here, if I look at it from a plan, I mean, you're in great shape because of your pensions, right? Your pensions, Social Security. But it's the cost, it's inflation that's the concern, right? So those pensions 20 years from now aren't going to have as much purchasing power as they do today. That's where your $1 million, a little over $1 million sitting in retirement accounts can help with that. But by having additional withholdings to pay for a Roth conversion, you are essentially sacrificing current lifestyle today, which maybe that's what you want to do.
I wouldn't.
Well,
you're 60. I guess
my response is that
maybe you're going to live till 90. Maybe you won't, right? Like, I mean, you're retired.
What's your response?
Oh, I was saying that I'm pretty happy with my lifestyle.
Okay, well then look. I wouldn't look if you inherited a couple $100,000 and you had the ability to pay for the tax.
Then it's a good time to do it
on the Roth conversion from outside, right, from a third party, from an outside source, not in an IRA or Roth IRA. Then's a good time to do it. But there's unless we thought the tax rates were going to go up appreciably, and they may or may not in the state of California. I mean, you know, who knows? Or in any other state for that matter. I mean, even
things that I'm thinking about that I'm not really sure that, and I've been listening to you guys forever, that you've ever really addressed is I'm in the IRA. I'm paying taxes when I withdraw, but I'm also paying taxes on all my earnings. And every day I've been earning money, and that's more going to taxes. So that's why I feel like I should go to the Roth as soon as possible. What I did find out is as I'm looking into this is IRMAA, MAGI, and I think I'm losing my temporary senior deduction that Donald gave me. So I don't know what your response is.
The Roth conversion is just going to bump that up and make your IRMAA worse.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, understand. So we're not talking about a $5 million IRA, right? We're not
with the ticking time bomb on the required minimum distribution. That's not what
we're not talking about that. And so it's $647,000. You don't have to start required minimum distributions till you're 75. You've got 10 years in there. There's no tax unless we think tax rates are going to go up appreciably. There's no benefit because, look, I'll go through the math real quick.
But if you believe income taxes in the structure we have today are going to go up considerably for someone at this income level, then it makes sense to convert. I think, but when you balance we don't know, nobody knows what the future is going to bring.
Yeah,
we do know that our system is not sustainable. The U.S. government can't print money forever. We can't, the subsidies, the direct transfers, they can't continue forever. At some point in time, something's going to give, right? Can't pay out as many benefits. Something's going to give. Whether that's and whether that's going to cause income tax rates to rise, that's one thing I don't know. There could be a number of other taxes.
Scott, would you do it?
No, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it. And so I'm going to go through.
I wouldn't even, because you can build a financial model, and it's all based on assumptions. And the assumptions, you can build it to state whatever you want. If I were in your position, I would not do it.
Yeah, and let's just quickly do the math, right? Can we? If I have $100 in an IRA, and it grows at 7.2% for 10 years, at the end of 10 years, I have $200. I'm in a 30% tax bracket. Let's say state and federal, just going to throw that out there. I take that $200 out of the IRA. How much do I have after taxes? 140, right?
30% going into taxes.
Right, 30% goes to taxes. I today say, well, I'm going to move it into a Roth IRA. So I have $100 and I move it to a Roth IRA and I'm in a 30% tax bracket. How much should I move in to the IRA, Roth IRA? I moved in $70. If it grows,
you had to pay 30% to taxes.
If it grows at 7.2% for 10 years, how much money do I have at the end of 10 years?
140.
140.
Tax free.
Right?
Same number.
It's the same number. Right? So whether you pay the tax on the beginning to the end, the idea of this Roth conversion really only works efficiently if you pay the tax with outside money. So when and if you inherit money, that is the time to actually address this.
And further, the tax brackets, your largest income comes from pensions. Do you have any cost of living adjustment on those, or
he's got a PERS pension in there?
I do. I have 2% on the
2%.
On the STRS, automatic 2%, and then the PERS one it adjusts.
Yes.
Yeah.
But they both have cost of living.
But I mean, the tax rates are going to rise based upon CPI under current structure.
And also based on your listening to you guys and believing that things are only going to get worse. I took my Social Security at 62, and my wife's going to take hers at 62 also.
Yeah.
Because we're fat cats.
Okay. If you wanted to convert some now, convert some. If it makes you feel better,
you have converted. You're already in pretty good position.
Yeah, you've got a well balanced.
The thing I'm just finding out is that I get dinged in different ways.
Yeah,
that's exactly. So you got to run the numbers, right? And there's programs out there that can do what if. You can play what if scenarios. Okay. So like our advisors, we have tools that we take someone's tax return, we upload it into the software system. And then we can do what if scenarios. Like, all right, what if we converted 40,000? How's that going to impact our taxes this year? What's it going to look like in the future? How's this going to impact? Are we going to have phase out of our deductions? Where else are we going to get hit?
How much money?
Phase outs.
How much money?
Lots of phase outs.
How much money do you think you'll inherit?
I think it's going to be probably around 200,000 or a little more.
Wait till then. Wait till then.
Because if you could use outside money to pay the taxes, it makes a difference, a huge difference.
Yeah, I would wait.
Okay.
I would wait.
Okay.
At that point in time, I don't see a reason you wouldn't do it.
Okay.
All right.
So that's a good use of those funds.
Oh, it's yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I would agree with Pat on that.
I would wait, and at that
the thing that's the big no to us is there's not a lot in cash.
You could. Yes.
To pay the tax.
Yeah, you could do it, but it's for not.
So. I think I understand.
All right. Well, I appreciate the call, Max.
And it's all based upon the future, that none of us know what the future is going to bring.
And yes, and if you notice, we are no longer on the air in Sacramento, so
glad you listened to the podcast.
Listen to us on the podcast.